Hi, Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video. What's in my bag? It's my birthday and I'll share it if I want to. So guys, I have a few things in my bag that are my polar bear bag, but not much because I've had a long weekend where I've worked on things and they have gone wrong. They are whips and I've gone wrong and I've just given up in frustration. But I'll share what's in my bag. So this week I did do a bod habitapalooza because I liked it. It was a children's crocheted pumpkin hat, and there's my hat. Now the reason I like this is I've only ever done a knitted pumpkin hat, and when I saw this I thought I really like that. It's a bag a day, of course. It's bod habitapalooza with Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. So what I did to get the 10 ply or the 4-weight, I held 2 8-ply 3-weight yarns in orange together and 2 in green. But it turned out really well, and it's a nice size for a child's hat. I think I did everything except use the yarn she did. I didn't change anything except I may have added one extra curly cue because I don't know, I got carried away, but it is really cute. So there you have it. It's nice and soft, it's thick and warm. And yes, so we're heading into winter, which gets really cold down south, and they end up in my Etsy shop. So that's number one, what's in my bag. So what else have I got? Now, I asked you when I showed you my charity blanket in the greens, should I make an octopus or should I make a matching beanie? Because I had enough yarn left over, and I asked you to put your comments in the video below, and a lot of you did, and the majority, by overwhelming majority, said make a beanie. So I've made a matching beanie. There you go. It's just a basic beanie. I probably learnt most of this from Bag O' Day. It's single crochet with a couple of rows of double crochet using up the yarn. It's a really good size to go with the blanket. It doesn't stretch much, that's why I'm glad it's quite big. It slouches a little bit, which is good for people with lots of hair. So that will go with my blanket, and thank you everyone for telling me what I should make, because it turned out really well. And there are next to no scraps left of this yarn that I got from my charity shop challenge. So the hat and beanie, just using the yarn, $10. I bought a hook for $1.25, which I hang on to, so it's not like that cost goes in there, but there you go. And it was great. I did enjoy it. I did try to make it match the pattern, the secret yarnery blanket pattern, but I just couldn't get it to work, so I just thought I'd do a plain beanie. Beanie number 2 out of the bag. So I got some yarn from Vintage Meg Knits, and it was plushy yarn. If you hold on, I'll get one. It won't be a moment. So I got this plushy yarn from Vintage Meg Knits. I think there's four colors in it. There's green, a reddy pink, purple, green, pink, purple, black, and grey. 5 colors, and it is a chenille type yarn. It's imperial velvet yarn, soft and luxurious. This is army green. It's 3-ply. It's probably a little fine for plushies, but I did experiment because she suggested when she sent it to me for scrunchies, and as I sold quite a few scrunchies at my market, I made some scrunchies. I used the red first and did a different style and made it a bit bigger because I did get asked for some bigger stretchy ones, and then in the green I made a smaller one for thinner or child size hair. But it works out really well. It's like most chenille yarns. It crochets okay, but you have trouble sewing in your ends or tying off your ends. It will shed, and there is a bit of fluff when you're crocheting, but it's not bad. But I did find out, courtesy of a friend, it used to be sold at the reject shop quite cheap, I think. I don't know, $3 or $4 a ball. And they obviously aren't carrying it anymore, because I've never seen it at my reject shop, but they don't carry a lot of yarn. So out of my bag, 2 scrunchies in that. I did make my one in my hair for the market in the gold to match my sunflower I was wearing, one of my style. And then I decided, because I came across some purple scraps, I made, it's 8-ply yarn, 3-way, and I made a little purple scrunchie. So I'm starting to stock up my scrunchies. They're good. They're a good scrap user. They're a good quick make when you've got a few minutes to sit down and not on a break to make like a coffee break. So there you go, one of my go-to mini projects. So out of my bag came 3 scrunchies, and I think I will try something else with this yarn. I didn't mind it. To be honest, I preferred it to Parfait Chunky, because you all know what I think of Parfait Chunky. So those who watched my short video which said work break project today, and I do them often, well, occasionally, I thought I would do a video and ask people what I was making. Most people guessed what it was, well, sort of guessed, because in the end they did guess, because I had to change it. It was supposed to be a wrist wallet with a floral feel, and it was for hooker versus hooker in April. I don't think I've sent a photo. I probably won't. I was a little disappointed. There you go. The idea was to use some of this dreadful yarn I had. The colors we could have were purple, blue, yellow, and white. I think they were our 4 colors. So that was what I was making for those. It's I'm just going to put it out as a little child's bag. I've decided at my market, next market, wherever it will be, I'll have a sale clearance bin of different items, and I'll put that in there. It's a nice little girl's bag. It turned out well. They wear it on their wrist. I brought in the floral, but I really didn't think it met the hooker versus hooker challenge of a floral accessory, but it's almost there. I used this yarn I bought years ago. I can't even remember. I know it's from overseas. It's linen. It's really hard on the hands. I had 2 skeins. I made a hat with one, a sun hat, and then I've got this bit left now. So I'll probably end up in another little project. The navy blue, I use this cotton tone that I get up on the Tablelands from the lady. It's really reasonable price, but why I like it, it's really soft. It's a 5-ply, which is probably fingering, it's not sport weight, something like that. And the yellow is just a bit of scrap yellow of this. So yes, for those of you who were curious and said a bag, a purse, you were close. It was a wrist wallet I was making. And yeah, it's a bag a day tutorial. The actual bag turns out really well. And it would be smaller if I used the right yarn. I didn't. I just used up what I had, but I still think it makes a nice little girl's bag, and some little girl will love it, especially if I'm selling it cheap. So there's nothing else left in my bag, just the yarns I used. Ta-da! So it's empty for May. I haven't really put anything in there for May other than the Bod Hatterpalooza, which I did. So my birthday. Yay! I'm 68. Thank you, Ulia, for the message yesterday. Welcome to the 68 Club. You're a day early. I feel old enough. So I have some gifts I want to share with you that family bought me for crafting and just general mental health well-being and favorite things. I also have some gifts still to open that I said I'd share with you. So maybe I'll do the opening first because I can't wait. This was the little gift from Cairns with the beautiful card she made me. Absolute handmade beaded card. I really love it. Best wishes on the back. There is a message inside, but I'll keep that private. And this was what she sent me. So shall we open this and see what it is? Because I'm really curious. She said it's more Christmassy, but she thought it was really cute and I'd like it for my birthday, and I do. I love it. I love it. So if you've been with me for a while, you know I love polar bears. And she has sent me these polar bear ornaments. There's 4 of them. They're different. Aren't they cute? They're going to look gorgeous on my tree. No, I'm not giving them away. I've never seen anything like them. They are so cute. Look at that. Aren't they cute? 4 polar bear ornaments. I still think they're really great. I love them. And you shouldn't worry that they were more Christmassy, because oh, look how gorgeous they are. Beautiful little ornaments. Thank you for thinking of me, Karen. Look guys, no one has to send me Christmas presents. I have quite an extensive family and they're often very generous, sometimes over generous. So we've been opening since it arrived Barbara's present, and I know there's yarn in there and I've saved it till today. So we're going to, sorry about the rustling, pull it out and see what, oh, I missed a little one down the bottom that I could have opened earlier. I'm just going to rip it. Oh, wow. Red Heart Super Saver Bitty Stripes in the colorway Pink Lemonade. There's 2 of those. Aren't they awesome? I've got a friend who I've known since I was 19. We used to work together. We've kept in touch. We've both got married. The kids letting me know she'd like a crochet poncho. They've got a caravan. They travel around a bit like grey nomads, even though they have a home in Perth in Western Australia. The other package is another 2. So how many? That's a really good meterage. Trying to see. I love the color. I don't want to take it out of the plastic because I want to store it like that for a while. Doesn't really, I can't twist it around. I'll have to let you know, but that's really, there are 4 really big balls. Like my friend, I say I'll make her a poncho or a campfire type garment, and she loves bright colors, and I think I have other bright yarn that I've earmarked for her, but I'm not so sure now which I'll use. Barbara, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Such awesome yarn that we don't get here. Now there was a little one down the bottom that I have missed. It's quite heavy and solid. So we'll open this one together. Playing cards. One of my favorite places to visit, the Kennedy Space Center. Playing cards. Look, we actually do play cards, especially Thing and I when we go away and travel and don't feel like going out. And I think like in Prague, there was no English television. Austria, there was no English television. So if we're not reading or crafting, we're playing cards. So these will come in really handy. I think I need a new playing deck in my travel kit. So this will go in there. Aren't they awesome? The Kennedy Space Visitors Complex. Barbara and her husband go there a lot. They really like it. Thank you, Barbara. You're just spoiling me. I'll just put that down there on a little table I've got there. So I'll just clean them away, a bit of mess, so I can show you other things. I'll pause the video, won't be a moment. So last week my friend Ulia called into the office to give me a birthday present. She said, I know you're trying to use up your yarn, so she didn't buy me yarn, but she does know, and if you're new to the channel, I love polar bears. I have seen them in the wild. I collect glass, ceramic and porcelain polar bears, and she brought in a gift and I've taken it out of the box. Here is my stylized glass polar bear she gave me. That's one of the gifts she gave me. It's beautiful. It reminds me, I have a hand-blown Murano glass by a master polar bear. He's more yellow, same sort of stylized, but isn't that beautiful? Goes towards my collection. A polar bear card, helping animals in crisis. She's bought a who is it? International Fund for Animal Welfare card. So to help them. I love polar bears. I really do. She also gave me a polar bear shopping bag. She didn't give me one. She gave me two. And the funny thing is, a couple of years back, Raylene, hi Raylene, gave me one, and I have been using it a lot because they fold up into my handbag. And it was only that day I said to you, oh yeah, I've actually just washed Raylene's, and it's had a few washes because I said it gets grubby with me constantly using it. So I'll have two now because often I need two, and I'll put one away for when I travel because I think they're absolutely awesome. Now I'll just pause it before I go carry on. So along with the polar bear that came out of the box, and the glass polar bear and the two bags, Ulia teaches crochet, and she loves amigurumi with cottons and acrylics, and she told me she's going to weaken and do some in plushy yarn, but she made me a toft polar bear. She has the book Edward's Imaginarium. He does sit like that. He's cute, isn't he? He's so cute. She does such lovely work. She made my other polar bear. He's disappeared amongst my whip bags, so this will have to go on my shelf too. But that was from Ulia. So thank you very much, Ulia. You spoiled me too. So that brings me to other friends, yarny friends. I woke up this morning to a message on Ravelry that Karen, hi Karen, you know who you are, bought me a pattern for my birthday. I guess she figured because I'm turning 68, I needed a little emotional support. I did have it in my wish list, and she bought me, I'll just fold it down, the pattern, crochet pattern for the emotional support chicken. Isn't it cute? I do want to do the knitted one as well, but I had this one in my wish list because I wanted to do this one first, and I have a reason behind wanting to do it that I'll tell you about in another video. I also like the fact it has a weird looking tail. But yes, Karen, that was really sweet and lovely of you, and I thank you so much. I also have a gift voucher to buy patterns, and every time I look, I change my mind. I haven't used it yet. This morning Thing was sitting with me, and I gave him like 3 to pick from that would go to the gift voucher value, and he picked one that was like the least costly, and I'm like, well, pick an I don't really know. I only really like that one, so I didn't buy any yet. But when I do, I'll show you them. And thank you, Kathy, for allowing me to use the gift voucher for patterns. I keep looking at amigurumi ones because there's some out there that are quite expensive that I really like, and then I think maybe I should do a sock pattern or a shawl pattern, so I'm totally confused because after all, I am old. I got really old today. Which brings me to, I thought I'd share with you Reebs's card and his present. This is because we were watching a Grand Prix, and Alex Albon, who drives for Williams, was being interviewed, or they were doing a question or something on YouTube, and he said he likes smells, and he really likes lemongrass. He has a sensitive nose for smells. And Reeves made the comment, that's me, I do. If I can smell anything off from a mile away, I have a sensitive nose. And he said years ago you used to burn oils, and I said yeah, until I read somewhere about a house fire where they were left unattended, and so I won't burn oils in an oil burner anymore. And he said, oh, you can buy electric diffusers. And I said, oh, I've never really looked at them. Anyway, he got me to look online. I wasn't thinking at the time, and I said, oh, I quite like that one. It goes with my decor. And sure enough, I got, and it's actually set up in the other room where I sit in the corner and crochet, electric diffuser from Reeves with 2 oils. And yeah, it's sort of, it looks orangey there, but in actual life it's a bit more lemony, but that doesn't matter because that is glass. But he bought me a diffuser with some lemongrass oil and lavender because he knows I love lavender. And yes, I currently have it burning. But you want to hear his card? Happy birthday. You've reached that age where you can boldly walk into any room and say, why the hell did I come in here? Happy birthday. And I said to him, I did that yesterday. He goes, yeah, I know. You walked in the kitchen. I went, why did I come in here? I can't remember why. And he said, I thought that was a really appropriate card. So yes, getting old and forgetful. Which brings me to thing. The first present I opened, I won't be a moment. So we do wish lists for birthdays and Christmas and Mother's Day, Father's Day, and stick them on the fridge, and that helps the guys decide. And usually there's more on there than we're going to get, so they can pick and choose, and you don't know what you're going to get. Last year this was on my wish list, and I crossed it off because it was overseas from Amsterdam. It was expensive in itself, and then to get it here, the freight was really expensive, so I changed my mind. But at Easter, I was surfing the net for yarn, like I shouldn't have been. And I noticed that Morris & Son, who have shops in Sydney and Melbourne, had it in. And they were selling it. And it wasn't a bad price. And at Easter, they were doing free freight. And I made a mention of it to Thing and Reeves. And they said, put on the wish list. And I did. It was still quite expensive for what it is, but I really love it. And when I opened it, I opened the wrapping paper. I couldn't understand why it was so heavy, but I'll explain it to you. So here it is. It is. Now I've got to remember what it was called. Look, I've forgotten what they call it. It's on the bag. Redesigned project bag in leather, and you would have seen them on Stephen West. There you go. It is a leather project bag. It is the larger size. It's a bit smaller than I thought, but it's ideal. I wanted this because when I go to work, I have a handbag, I have a lunch pack, and I pack a bag for craft. And I thought, I don't carry a lot in my handbag, but I thought at the front I could keep my personal items. Don't take 3 projects to work, just put 1 project in, a few personal items in the middle, and I've reduced my bags, and it's beautiful. I can travel with it. I just think it's gorgeous. It does have a long shoulder strap, and it was packed beautifully from Morris & Son, and he gift wrapped it. Now when I opened it, thinking, gee, it's a lot heavier than I thought. I hope the leather's not stiff. Inside was this ginormous project bag, which I'll just put that up there so it doesn't fall on the floor. It says on it, embrace slow living by starting a slow hobby. Knitting and crochet are wonderful hobbies that you can be practical and enjoyable. Not only do they allow you to create beautiful handmade items, but they can also be incredibly relaxing and therapeutic. The activities demand your undivided attention, forcing you to be mindful, fully present, and focused on the task at hand, and can help increase mindfulness and promote a sense of calm and inner peace. Love, Redesign. It's huge. It's ideal for a blanket project. It's more linen than calico, but that was inside, but that wasn't causing the weight. So if that wasn't enough of a great gift with some Morris & Son classes I can attend, I presume they're online. There's online learn to knit socks, learn to crochet amigurumi, knit and crochet, knit socks, crochet socks, guest speakers. So they do lots of, I know they do lots of workshops and things like that. Won't be a moment. I do love their yarn. I did a Stephen West shawl in purples and pinks in the Empire 4-ply yarn. It's beautiful and soft. It is a little exy, but yeah, when I get my yarn stock lower and I want to invest, I would get more of this yarn. And they are a good company. Look, they do online. Their freight or their postage isn't that bad, but they do discount days like free postage over a certain amount, free postage at Easter, I think it was. And yeah, so that is my beautiful project bag. But what was causing the weight? Well, apparently, I haven't noticed, I've been whinging about my camera and recording videos and keep saying I should get myself a proper vlogging camera so I can do outside, more different things. And lo and behold, inside my project bag was, what is it called? DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo camera. There you go. It comes with a bag and everything. I have a fair idea of what this costs because I had looked at one before and said they were too expensive. It's outside in the living area because Thing is looking at it for me, and I said it will probably take me a year to learn how to use it, but it's such an awesome gift. But then Thing made me laugh because we'd been talking about our frequent flyer points that mount up that we haven't really used, because you can never really have enough to use for what you wanted. Unlike the ads, I used it for the airfares. Yeah, if you've got like hundreds of thousands of them. But he did have quite a few, and he found it in the Qantas frequent flyer shop, and he said, I used some of my points, which is great. It said it made it cheaper for me. So yeah, look, even though they're points, you do end up paying for them through buying things. But yeah, he got me a vlogging camera, and Reeves said, oh, I'm gonna have weeks of trying to teach you how to use it. But that was inside my project bag. So like I said, guys, no one has to send me gifts. My family are extremely generous and kind. Thing is cooking dinner for me tonight. Reeves cooked the last 3 days so I could have a bit of a rest because I've had some issues with plantar fasciitis in one of my feet. And yeah, it's been great so far. Look, it's finally stopped raining today. It is a little overcast, hence the lighting. I don't think I have anything else to share with you at this stage, but it's been an awesome birthday. I really appreciate everybody's gifts. Barbara, Karen, Kathy, and my family. Seriously, guys, you do not have to send me gifts. It's just nice to get the message, happy birthday. Ulia for making me my little tuft polar bear. He's so cute. So guys, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and come back and see what's in my bag next time. Bye for now.